How can you make the most amount of money with the least amount of effort? This is the question everybody wants to know, right? Everyone's looking for the lazy, easy way to get rich. And while there's no easy way to get rich or lazy way to get rich, there's the lazier and easier way, okay? There's the very hard way and there's the easier way. And this is what I believe to be the easier and probably the lazier way to get rich, okay? Let me break this down, okay? In 2025, there's this thing called grind culture, okay? Anybody who wants to make a bunch of money with less effort or with minimal effort, who wants to be lazy and get rich, they're almost shunned, okay? But there's nothing wrong with that, okay? As someone who's taught thousands of inspiring entrepreneurs, I've taught 4,000 students at 19 years old over the past 5 years, I want to tell you one thing. How many videos do you see on YouTube telling you the reason you're not a millionaire is because you're just not working hard enough? You got to put in 13 hours a day. You got to put in 15 hours a day. You got to go down to 4 hours of sleep. I'm guessing you've seen a lot, and there's been many times in my life where I bought into that. But anybody in the right mind, you don't need 16 or 17 or 18 hours a day to get rich. You just got to use your hours the proper way, okay? So the reason that nurses and teachers and construction workers aren't millionaires or aren't rich or aren't successful, it's not because they don't work hard, okay? They probably work harder than you or me, and they're probably some of the most hardworking people in the world, the farmers, the construction workers. But hard work is honestly, it's just one component of being rich. The richest people on earth know one thing. And Warren Buffett actually once said it. It's not about how hard you row, it's about what boat you're in. If you're in construction working 15 hours a day, there's still only so much you can make. But if you're in a business, you're in e-commerce, you're in AI, you're in stocks, you're in crypto, you're in the position where 15 hours a day can get you a lot further, okay? It's the position, the opportunity that you're in. In simple terms, the business model you choose is more important than the hours you dedicate, okay? 15, 16, 17 hours, it doesn't matter. Some business models require more work than others to achieve, quite frankly, the same result. And that's literally a fact. Now, remember, I've successfully made money with a lot of businesses, right? Drop shipping, I've had a done-for-you agency, I'm in the software space now, okay? I've tried these businesses, I've failed some, I've made money with some, and one thing is true, okay? If we look at the chart here, drop shipping, you need $2,000 to $5,000, okay? The scalability is moderate. You have to continually run ads and put more money in. The fulfillment is a pain in the ass. The risk is high because you have to test products, spend a lot on ads, and it's very difficult, okay? People don't understand that dropshipping is a very difficult business. Social media marketing, I actually like this business a lot, okay? The capital is low. You know, you can call people, you can cold DM people, you can run ads, you can do Facebook messaging. It doesn't cost that much money. The scalability is moderately low. The fulfillment is moderate. It's not too bad. The risk is low, which is good for beginners. And the difficulty is moderate. You still have to cold call people, maybe cold call, cold DM. There's different types of, marketing. So it's moderate. Software, this is one you don't want to get into if you're a beginner because it requires a lot of money or time, okay? If you're going to code, you got to have probably 20 hours a day or you're going to have a lot of money to pay a coder, okay? Scalability is high. You can make a lot of money, that's for sure, but it costs a lot. It's very hard to manage a software business, and the risk is high, and it's very difficult, okay? I have a software business I'm opening right now, and it's hard, but it's worth it for me, but for beginners, definitely not. Now, affiliate marketing, again, very beginner friendly. It's, only a couple $100 to start. Moderate scaling, fulfillment is moderate, the risk is low, and the difficulty is moderate too. So it's actually not a bad business. But there's another business that we do, maybe you know it, maybe you don't, that I think subsumes all of these. So a digital product, that's what we do. We sell digital products, which is a way of packaging information in a way that solves a particular problem for the buyer, okay? This could be a course or guide teaching how to make money, teaching how to use AI, how to edit, how to get in shape. It's a course, it's a program, it's a guide, it's giving knowledge to help people. And as many of you know, I've done this more successfully than anybody my age, almost. I'm 19 years old. Obviously, there's people in the world who've made 50 million, 100 million, even $1 billion in the space. But when it comes to being 19 years old, I have probably one of the most experience in the world. I've made over $1 million, probably close to 1.5, maybe $2 million, somewhere in that range at 19 years old in sales. And I created my first digital product in 2020, okay, when I was literally 14 years old. But let me be honest with you, okay? I don't really want to sugarcoat. I want to be honest. When I got started with digital products, it wasn't easy, okay? To create the most basic digital item, it took me months, and I had to put together a team. It required a lot, okay? I had to pay people to buy the rights to things. And in 2025, times have changed. It's so crazy how much can actually change in 5 years in this fast-moving modern society, okay? Back then, it was a little bit harder to put together. Now, there's way more easy access to getting pre-done digital items to sell, okay? We call this digital products 2.0. Now, in the past, digital products had one of the highest barriers to entry needed, okay? You had to be an expert, whether it's in fitness, whether it's in business, you had to be an expert. You had to go through months of research. You had to have high levels of copywriting skills. You had to spend money in ads. You had to be literally a high-level expert, okay? Right now, though, things have been almost eliminated because of artificial intelligence. Anybody can create a digital item that AI made. You also can buy the rights to pre-done digital items. Back then, I had to make it myself. I had to be an expert on a topic. I had to put a lot of time to learning these skills and being an expert. Right now, with AI and with being able to buy the rights to digital products, well, you don't have to be an expert. Now, every product or pre-done digital item, there's a process, okay? And it's been made by an expert, which is big because when I first started out, I had to make it myself. Now, you can literally get a pre-done digital product. The team needed to research the topic, the synthesis of the information. All of this is so simple now because of AI and because, again, of being able to buy the rights to these digital products, okay? Now, we have something called Dropship Journey, which is our private program where we've taught tons of people how to sell digital items, and we've seen a ton of success, which I'm going to show you in a second. And it's because we provide a winning digital item to our students, okay? Not many programs do that, but we provide a winning digital product. We provide a content strategy, literally to follow, anyone can use. And we provide DM scripts you can literally copy and paste to close deals over text. If you're wondering if it works, this is behind the scenes of Dropship Journey. You can see this student making a little $10 sale, this student making a nice $150 sale, this student making $300 in one sale, $150 in a sale. He bought a Rolex, which is beautiful. He bought a nice clean black watch. He made a nice $225 sale, and the list goes on. $330 profit in a day selling one digital product, okay, guys, or two, one or two. So it's very simple. The proof is there, and this system works pretty phenomenally. Now, a couple of the reasons why this is working so well is Whop is a platform that you can use to host and sell digital items. It's kind of like Shopify 2.0, but there's no monthly fees, and it's solely for digital products, okay? Again, think about it like Shopify or Amazon, but in a digital product format. And the combination of AI and digital products and platforms like Whop don't only provide one of the biggest online money-making opportunities, but it presents one of the laziest ways to make money online. Now, I'm not saying it's an easy, lazy way. It's just lazier than almost every other way. Because all you have to do is make content and answer your DMs to make money. And the good part is you can make faceless content if you want. And number two is the DMs, you can just copy and paste our winning scripts. So it's really pretty simple. Now, the upfront capital is not a lot. A couple $100, okay? Digital Products 2.0 requires a minimal upfront investment, compared to Amazon or drop shipping. Even Whop, which is the platform where you would make your site, it's free. So that eliminates the need to pay for Shopify. And by investing in tools like Canva or Loom, or even just paying for ChatGPT Pro, you're able to create a top-tier product with practically a minimal investment. Now, Digital Products 2.0 is very scalable, okay? Because you only have to create the product one time, okay? You create the digital item one time that it's already pre-done, or AI makes it for you, by the way, so it's pretty simple. And you can sell that thousands of times, okay? One time it's made by AI, or you buy the rights, and you can sell it as many times as you'd like. The fulfillment is very easy, okay? When people buy, you send the link to them. That's it. When a customer buys, all you do is send the link right to them. It's that simple. Also, with Digital Items 2.0, the difficulty is very low, okay? I've discussed at length pretty much how the process of building a digital product works, but the reason why the difficulty level is so low is the industry is at its infancy, which means the competition is low, okay? There's not that much competition. When you look at a digital item that's teaching how to make money, there's about 3 billion people in that market. And there's maybe 100,000 people selling a digital guide on making money. So when you think about it, that's not that many in comparison to how big the market is. So those who get in now have the highest chance of long-term success because this is still a very new industry. And even the data pretty much shows us that in the next 5 years, this industry is projected to 5x. So if we line it up right here, we can see the upfront capital, the scalability, the fulfillment, the risk, the difficulty. It's all pretty low, and it's easy in comparison to the other models, okay? Digital Items 2.0 is the laziest business out there. Again, it's not lazy. It's just lazier than every other business, okay? And again, you can make tens of thousands with minimal effort. I made my first 10,000 month when I was 14 or 15 years old with digital products, okay? And if you just take a look at this chart where we compare it against everything else, well, the capital, the scalability, the fulfillment, the risk, the difficulty, it pretty much beats all the other ones. SMMA and affiliate marketing are also pretty good business for beginners. You know, I would recommend them, but they don't even compare to the digital product 2.0 space. And if you want to get started, I'm going to show you how to do this. All you have to do is go to my Instagram, TheBrendanStein, DM me the word bank. I'm going to send you the information, how to join Dropship Journey. And this is where we're going to be able to give you a winning digital item to sell, our exact content blueprint, which you can do all faceless, and copy and paste scripts to text and close deals in the DMs, okay? This is Digital Items 2.0. I believe to be the laziest way to make money after trying all these different businesses. So if you want to start, DM me the word bank on Instagram, and I will talk to you in the DMs.